I'm really excited about the end of Putin and the end of Trump and the end of Trump Mutineers and all his other puppets and their genocides all over the world. And I think that this month, August 2024, will be the real turning point, with Russia being invaded by Ukraine now, having a lot of territory taken by Ukraine, and hopefully the end of that war with an outright Ukrainian win really soon will be the end of Putin, and the Kamala Harris Tim Walz campaign and all the wonderful, beautiful Americans getting involved in that, destroying Trump in America and ending Trumpism forever with a huge landslide. Like, even if they were only trying for a squeaker and wanted Trump's second coup to succeed or be really enthusiastic or something, for whatever reason they like to do that, fundraising or something, they realized that, hey, going for it, trying to do what the people really want and stop Trump, stop Trumpism, and stop wars ultimately, is what people want, and where the money and enthusiasm is and where the power is. So thank you to the American people for taking over the campaign with your enthusiasm so that we'll actually get what we want in peace and end genocides. But ending Putin and doing that either with the invasion of Russia or getting the other leadership to finally overthrow Putin for his terrible, horrible, genocidal mismanagement will be great. And he's already murdered over 1 million Russians in Ukraine. And now Ukraine, I think, will show by their more polite invasion of Russia than Russia did to them, they're in the right and always have been in the right. So good luck to them in that. But I can't help but think, I mean, I'm sure something like that takes a while to plan, but I can't help but think that it's at least encouraged or maybe inspired by the American people showing such support for Kamala Harris that we don't have to be afraid of a Trump presidency. And getting over the fear that has been ruling things can change all sorts of stuff. I believe Netanyahu's been holding back his genocide for when Trump would take over and let him have a free hand and give him no opposition, and which again shows the collusion between Trump, Putin, and Netanyahu, and Modi, and Zuckerberg, and Musk, and their other puppets. But he's going to lose. They're going to lose because Kamala's going to win, because America's going to win, because Ukraine's going to win. And we're going to destroy Putin and Trump and Netanyahu and all these evil right-wing regimes all over the world and show how they were all part of the same network of evil to begin with. And once we stop them, we'll just have a much better world. So I'm really excited about this happening. I don't think it's just coincidence it's all happening. I think these things are connected. At the same time, they're coming from all sides. I mean, Elon Musk did it to himself by having a terrible live stream and being a terrible person, making a bunch of terrible decisions and not being very smart, and paying much smarter people to do terrible things. I wouldn't be surprised if he sabotaged Starlink or sabotaged Starliner. But the point being that, and Netanyahu and his right-wing government are doing it for themselves, protesting for rape and just showing how terrible they are. So this is all going to end from all sides, but it's great that there's a major development of destroying Trump in the campaign. Thank you so much to the American people and to Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and all the other people supporting that. And for the Ukraine invading and beating Russia at their own game, their own terrible game of war. We need to end that game forever and put our resources towards something else and let these be the last horrible examples of it. So thanks, and I'm glad we're not restraining support anymore to keep things even, like Putin was probably restraining support for the people opposed to Israel, but to keep things even. And it's like, no, it's time to just end the bad guys, even if you're puppeteering both sides. And when Putin's usually doing that, ending him, cutting it off at the head, will save a lot of